Hello everybody, it's Pant3ra from, guess what site I'm from? I bet you guys don't know, so it's Pant3ra from WCReplays.com, doing an audio commentary. Today's matchup is 4K Fury versus Phoenix Remind. Sorry about that. Anyways, if you can get this paused at the 2-minute and 30-second mark, 4K Fury's point of view. Today it'll be ghoul gargs again, only it's a little bit different, and the reason for that is Phoenix Remind goes the Demon Hunter instead of Beastmaster, and also 4K Fury ends up getting Frostworms with gargoyles instead of going to Abominations, like you see in a lot of ghoul garg replays. So hopefully you guys have this paused at the 2-minute and 30-second mark. I'll talk a little bit more, but yeah. You could just pause the audio. Oh yeah, I also have to say that the audio is copyrighted 2005 by WC Replays and all that good stuff. So, alright, now, yeah, just started making another audio. Been like a week and a half, because I went up to Denver, Colorado, because that place is just so damn lit. So, I went up there for vacation, and yeah, fun stuff. So I haven't made an audio lately, so today I'll be doing one. And let's get this unpaused, and then I'll start talking more about the game. So unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay, the Death Knight just got out and got a Nerubian Tower, which is good. You always want that, unless you're going on the offensive. If you scout and you see the Night Elf is doing a tavern build, they're probably not going to be harassing you, because they're going to be going to Beastmaster, some kind of summoning hero usually. So they'll be creeping. You don't really harass with a summoning hero. I mean, Farseer you can, but in general, like a Beastmaster, it's just too slow and it won't work. So 4K Fury got that Nerubian Tower up because the Demon Hunter. It was a non-tavern build when he scouted with his Acolyte, but I'm going to be calling it Alkalite because that's what I've always called it. And yes, I know it's Acolyte, but whatever. So, Fury was just camping in his base because he doesn't want to get mana burned and have no coils left and all that bad stuff. And the reason why Fury skipped his shop, just like in last game, so you get a faster tech, and you just get to tier 2 faster, so then you get gargoyles out faster, and that's always good, because gargoyles pretty much own the Night Elf. And yep, so once his Demon Hunter went away, he's just going to creep that. You don't really want to harass the Night Elf like at this early of the game, because it's kind of pointless. The Demon Hunter's just going to mana burn you, so you're not going to be able to coil your ghouls, save them, and you're not going to really be able to coil archers except for that time. But that's because Phoenix Remind went to 4K Fury and only got like 1 or 2 mana burns off on him anyways, so he still had enough for a coil. And so, yep. And see him chasing down the ghoul. So, especially, usually you want to micro your ghouls like when they're like when they're in the orange, or the yellow or whatever. If the Demon Hunter has boots on, you wanna micro them when they have like higher HP. You don't want to wait until like they're almost dead and then like start running them away, because the Demon Hunter's definitely gonna catch up to that if you see the Demon Hunter has boots of speed. So you want to make sure that if the Demon Hunter has boots of speed, just be more careful with your ghouls. And also, Fury only went 6 ghouls in all, because that's all he's going to be needing. He's not going to really be using his ghouls to fight that much. Later on in the game, you'll see, but really they're just going to be for collecting lumber, and he's just going to stack up on lumber and then get rid of most of them by sending them into a battle and getting some more damage output into his army. And he won't really need that much lumber anymore, because he'll have a bunch. Okay, so with Night Elf, when you send your Death Knight to go harass, that's always good. It doesn't matter really what tier the Night Elf is, because I mean, versus other races like human or orc, if you go and send your Death Knight in there to see what they're doing and they're at tier 2, the orc's gonna probably have raiders, maybe. It depends what you're doing and they're doing, but they're gonna have a way of stopping you. Is basically is way to put it. They're going to have raiders probably with ensnare. And also, if you go against a human and do this at tier 2, then they're going to have Stormbolt. So, but against Night Elf, they really don't. All they have is slow. They have Dryads to slow you, but the Death Knight has Unholy Aura, so that's fine. And then also they're going to have a Panther with Drunken Haze, and that's not going to slow them down by much, and that's not going to last that long because it's on a hero first of all, so it wears off super fast and all that good stuff. So now he has more than 2 gargs. Once you have more than 2 gargs, you're going to want to send it into their base because that's when you can start doing some damage, and it'll be hard for them to micro out the wisps. He sees the Ancient Protector, and if it's being built, that's always the first thing you want to go for, is the Ancient Protector. You want to cancel that and have the Night Elf delay that Ancient Protector as much as you can, because that Ancient Protector will get very annoying. Sorry about that. Anyways, so he's going around looking for wisps, pushing, because if the Night Elf doesn't have any lumber, they're going to need to build more wisps before they can get more units. So then Fury's army will end up being superior and all that good stuff. So while he's harassing with the wisps, he's taking his ghouls to go creep, and he's pretty much stacked on lumber. 500 lumber and not that much gold, so that's good. He doesn't really need the ghouls to collect any more lumber for now. He'll send them back in a second and they'll be all good. And now you see him getting a sacrificial pit. Well, he already had one, and he already had a shade and whatever. And for that, the reason for that is to have the shade follow him, of course. And doing that, he's going to be able to scout expansions very fast. When Phoenix Remind sets up an expansion, he could go in there while it's constructing and force him to cancel. So, because once the Night Elf's expansion gets up, it's a bitch to take out. Especially when they get like 2, 3 Ancient Protectors in there. I can't stand that. Because then the Ancient Protectors have fortified armor, and it's piercing and all that good stuff against your gargoyles. It just sucks. So imbalanced. Alright, so that shade already paid off for itself, basically, because he saw he's creeping at the shop. So, he's going to start focusing down the Dryads after he coils that Archer. The Dryads die super fast to Gargoyle focus, however Gargoyles die super fast to Dryad Archer focus. So right when you see a Gargoyle getting focused, you either want to coil it, or if you don't have any coils, then you want to move it back. I take that back too. Not right when you see the Gargoyle getting focused, you want to coil it, because you can wait until it gets into the red. But if you forget to move back a Gargoyle and you have enough mana for coil, and it's starting to get in the yellow, don't try to move it back, it's just going to die. So coil it, and then if it's still being focused, then move it back. It's a good idea. Yeah. And Phoenix Remind, being as Gosu as he is, was creeping that shop out. And when the healing wards dropped and he was getting harassed, he was like, here you go, Fury. We're pretty good friends and everything. I'll let you have the healing wards because I crept out the other shop and I got a Book of the Dead. So I mean, it's pretty fair. So he's just like, let 4K Fury, pick up the healing wards that he just crept out and all that good stuff. So yep, that's how that goes. So try to make a lot of friends on BattleNet, because if you get paired up with them in ladder, you'll have like a really good record, because they'll let you most of the time, you'll find them creeping at like the second shop, and a really good item will drop, and they have like a lot of time to pick it up, but pretty much they'll just let you pick it up. It's always a good thing to do. Alright, so back to the base, back to making sure he doesn't have any wisps in there. Really what you want to do with that is you want to run your Death Knight in first to have the Ancient Protector focus the Death Knight instead of the Gargoyles for a while until the Night Elf manually switches it. Only thing is, the reason why Fury didn't run his Death Knight in first and everything is because it reminds Protector placement first of all, and then with all those Dryads coming, because he knew the Dryads were running down there, so then he would have been whacked like 3 or 4 times by all those Ancients, and then he would have been getting hit by the Ancient Protector, and then the Dryads would have come in and slowed him, and then when he ran back out, he'd be getting hit by some kind of tree that the Night Elf has, and it's just not good, and he'd most likely have to TP out of there, so that's not good. so that's why he just decided to let the gargoyles take out whatever and take some hits from the AP rather than the Death Knight, because a couple hits from an Ancient Protector won't hurt any won't kill any gargoyles unless they're already in the yellow, red, all that stuff. And okay, so the shade, I don't know where the shade is. No, the shade was following the panda, so I don't know how he knew Phoenix Remind was creeping there, but he did. So he was going after Phoenix Remind, and unfortunately he lost a garg and got no dryads. The main goal of this is the only time you really creep is when your gargoyles can harass alone, and if they can go harass wisps at the base and he doesn't have an Ancient Protector, like earlier on in the game when you saw his Death Knight creeping with the ghouls while the gargoyles were harassing or whatever, that's fine. But besides that, you usually want to have your Death Knight with your gargoyles while you're harassing onto the Night Elf's army, because you can coil it, and also the gargoyles will have Unholy Aura, so they will move. They'll get in there super fast and whatever. Also, too, last game I was making audio on, well, not last game, but the game that I was making an audio on with Phoenix Remind versus Fav. Fav went solo Death Knight for a long time, and 4K Fury's getting one a little faster than Fav. There's some advantages to that and disadvantages. First of all, if you go solo Death Knight with ghoul gargs and whatever, it's going to take up less food, obviously. And your Death Knight's going to level up a lot faster, so that's going to be a higher level Unholy Aura, usually. Because when you hit level 6, I mean, you don't really go the ultimate. It pretty much sucks. It's like the worst ultimate in the game, I think, the Death Knight ultimate, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so anyways, a higher level Unholy Aura, more mobile and everything. It gets in and out faster. But with the Lich, in this case, since Phoenix Remind has a panda and all that area of effect damage, he's going to get a Lich so he can have a healing scroll on his Death Knight and have a healing scroll on his Lich, and then that's like 300 hit points in all to heal of area of effect damage, 150 hit points on each hero, because the healing scroll is that much. Yep. And so 4K Fury runs to Phoenix Remind's expansion and just cancels the expansion, then has to TP back to his base because they're pretty much trading off like 3 ziggurats for canceling an expansion. And that's not, I don't know, I think Fury got the disadvantage on that because it's going to take him a while to get those 3 ziggurats up. That's 150 gold each, so it's already more than a Night Elf expansion, I'm pretty sure. 150, 300, so like 450. Yeah, that's more than a Night Elf expansion. And then also, he can't be building units for a while, so he's going to be stuck like that. So he needs to gain some kind of edge over him. And with that shade, fortunately for him, he catches him creeping, and the dryads are still focusing down everything, so he just runs in there, starts focusing down those dryads. Also, a good tip too to be when you're focusing dryads like this. Also, he uses the ghouls to focus down on the archers first, and then he starts focusing down on dryads and bears with the ghouls, because archers take more damage from normal attack or whatever. Alright, so what was I saying?